Welcome back to the channel, everybody. All right, so ever had a 07 to 14? I think it's 07 to 14, right in that. I'll find out for sure, but GM and a lot of other vehicles that have had these the plastic door handles, they break real easy, even the factory ones. If you don't hold them with your thumb as you're pulling out on the handle, they break. In fact, I'll show you one that's already broke that I got. Now, I've used these in the past on other vehicles, and they come so fairly inexpensive anymore, and they're not bad quality at all. They're not no different than what was on the vehicle, and I'll show you in a minute, but mine had the chrome ones. I got the black replacements. I think they was like $43. I mean, they're put together pretty nice. They're greased up inside. This casting on the you know, the thing that pushes it down on the rod to open the door, it looks good quality. The spring, it looks like the old one, you know what I mean? So let me grab that and I'll show you exactly what everything I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. Okay, I had to take apart the passenger's front door because this broke, just like that. And what happens is if you don't hold these like this, when you're opening them and have your thumb against that part and just pull, they're done, trust me. These are so, this is factory right here. And it's just, you know, it doesn't feel any better. In fact, this feels heavier. I swear it does. The plastic and all feels a lot stronger. Listen, hold on. This is like a cheaper plastic. This is, you can tell it's like tougher. But here's the lever that broke out of there. And I mean, the castings look very good, similar, everything about it. You know what I mean? We need to find that spring. It fell down in the door. I don't want to be making noise. The heat certs that are into the molding itself for the threads, they look good. I'm telling you, it doesn't look any worse or better or any worse than what the factory one does. I'm trying to see if there's a GM number on here just to make sure that it is, somebody didn't aftermarket it. There's numbers, but I don't see GM. These could be aftermarket, but the LTZ Suburban, they came with the chrome ones, unless they was replaced. I don't know, but these are all breaking on this thing. But I've had them with factory ones that break, so it doesn't matter. These will probably break eventually, is what I'm saying. And everybody that's getting in your vehicle, unless you sit there and go, hey, before you open that, push on that and pull on that, you know, and be careful. It's going to happen so quick, and then that's going to be the end of it. But like I said, $43, you get 4 of them, either chrome or black, it doesn't matter, same price. Let's go ahead, start popping the door panels off. I'm going to show you guys how all that goes down too. So you can, if you decide to do this for yourself, you can do it. So give me a second, I'm going to reset the camera. All right, let's start with the side that I had to take this apart yesterday because when my wife was getting in it, it broke. Or the rest of the way, it was already broke. And then when she went to open the door, the rod fell off and we couldn't open it from here or from the outside. So I had to break the rest of the handle off, put my camera in the door and find out where the rod was so I can push down with the one of these to get it to open the door, because I was like, how am I going to get that door open now? So anyways, that's all you need is a real skinny regular screwdriver, one of these plastic panel poppers, a pick. I got one with a curve on it. These are nicer because you can get in there and just kind of like, because these little panels have got to come off in here. Here's one. You just put it in there, pull out on it so you can get to the screws. Same with behind this, just like that. And they pull out. Okay, now this one here, this is what that real skinny screwdriver is for. You need to get in it on this plastic here. And just go easy. You don't want to damage any of your plastic. Find a place that it gets under behind. It came right off yesterday. Now it's going to give me... I tried from the top here and it didn't work yesterday. Let's try that. No, it's not. I mean, it came right off yesterday. There it goes. I'll show you what it is. It just pops out. It just goes around these threads. You set it back down where it looks like right at the edge of that. This is all the way open right now. So when you put it back in, you'll slide that down until it's to the bottom of that thing I just popped out, and then push it in, and that's what holds it. And it goes right around the threads of it. Let me try to pop it out so you can see it. It's just a little clip, and it has it's just a little clip, and it has threads in it, inside of it, that go around that rod. And then we do know the lip part goes up, You barely want to put it in right now, just like that. And then you push it the rest of the way in when we put it back in. Okay, now let's get our 10 millimeters out. I'll show you one door. They're all going to be the same. These, it's helpful if you have a magnet. I am going to go get mine real quick. Hang on one second. Okay. Now, need to find a place to pop this apart from the... Just get one going. And put it behind it and pull towards you. Because if you don't, once you get it far enough, now you can just do it with your hands. If you don't, you're going to go against the paint and mess up your... These could scratch. Even though they're plastic, they will. Trust me. So once you get it off, just start pulling the rest of it off. They're just push-ins. Oh, we forgot to pop this one off. And those push in too. This one was already broke, guys. The reason why I know is because I was messing with my mirrors a couple weeks back, and these were broke. I just left them in. They make a nice glue. It's like a JB Weld one. I need to find it and get some and start seeing if it works on these plastic. They say it works great on these broken plastics, like headlight plastic stuff. So I need to find that and maybe try to see how it works. Okay. Now from here we just lift straight up and out towards us. Let me hold on. I'm gonna have to reposition that camera so you guys can see behind here. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Do straight up. Now back here, I'm gonna put my hand underneath this, our window switch panel, and I'm going to push up, probably in the front first. There we go. Okay, once we get that up out of there. And that's the easiest way I found to do that, guys. If you try to pry up on these, sometimes they break. But if you get up from underneath it with your hand, once you get your panel where it's at, it's a lot easier. So pop all these out. There's a little, you push that in and pull out on it. Push it in, pull out on it. And I'll show you something else here. Don't worry about where they go, because if you look on the back of it, it says blue, white, black, brown, all the colors of the plugs. And they only fit one way also, if it didn't have the colors. So you're not going to mistake them. Okay, this one stays here. It's for the heated seats. All right, now the cable. There is a... On this back side, I'll show you when we get it off here. Hold on. Let's see if I can get it to go as easy as yesterday. You gotta squeeze them in. Here we go. Okay. They got these two wings. You gotta push one. You can do it probably with some needle nose and squeeze them both and pull it out, but I just usually push one in, get it like bound, push the other one in, and then pop it out. And then this cable goes right in this slot, and it's slotted with a hole. Hold on, let me show it to you. And we're out of the door now. Let me show you that. If you look right there, it's got a little slot, and then the ball goes right in there. And then you just push it right back through that hole, and it clips it back in. Now, yesterday when I pulled this off, it had the insulation panel stuck on it, and it's got this black sticky stuff. And if you start somewhere at one place and make sure that it stays on the insulation and pull off easy, it'll come all the way off. So I popped that off yesterday and left it off. I didn't want to do it twice and mess the sticky part up. You don't want to take them off 1,000 times, even though it stays sticky. Okay, so then I've already, when this was mounted in the door, you got 1 and 2 right there, those 10 millimeter bolts, these right here. You can go through right here, that's the rod that pushes down. You can go through right there and through this hole here to put these in and take them out. Okay, now the tricky part. I need to get that rod, I need to get it back towards the outside of the door, right there. Let me try to, oh good, our wrench is going to hold us. I didn't know that scratch was there. It's got 1,000 scratches anyways. I don't know what I'm worried about. Okay, so now the only thing you got to do here is, there's that rod I was saying. This is the one that pushes down when you go like this. See how that's pushing down? So what we want to do is we want to feed this thing right in that little thing there, and just go right around like that. That's it. Now we just push down on a little bit, get that part in the door, finagle that into place just like that. Let me get that out of the way, it ain't gonna matter anyways. Okay, we're in place. Now let's go back in here. Oops. I knew that was gonna happen too. Alright, so now we need to, alright, now we need to get our bolts. I usually just do this, put them in the socket. A longer extension would be better. We might need to get a light, you guys. Yeah, let me go get a light and a longer extension so we can handle it better. I either just set them in the door, face them upward. We can see our hole in there. All I'm doing is going right to the back of that thing, hand starting. And as soon as it tightens up, let me tighten it up. I usually unsnug it, come off a little bit. That way I can move it around if I have to get this other one started. But I think it's in a good spot. There's a cable right in the way here. I'm pushing it down. You can get to this one fairly good with your hand inside there. Like to keep it in place while you tighten it so you don't lose it. It's not wanting to start. I think I'm going in at an angle. Yeah. Let me try it without that. I think I'm pushing it off. Yep, I was pushing it off. Okay, on the front side of the door here, I'm like lifting it up, moving it around, trying to feel where my threads are to get it started. Like, you know what I'm saying? Left, right, up and down. Seems like I ain't getting it. Man, am I that far off? I'm going the wrong way maybe. Huh. Oh, I thought I just had it. It ain't starting. Let me look here. Okay, so the hole is going forward. So I need to pull back on it a little bit. Let me make sure I don't have anything in the bond. You know what? Let me unloosen this one a little bit more. And that's why I said that, exactly why I said that. Leave it loose. Start it and leave it loose. Alright. So it was forward, pull back. Yep. That's what we need to do. Oh! It's still a little tight, man. I don't know why. That's probably the... There we go. Probably have it tight already. Okay, that's snug. I'm going to get a little wrench, ratchet, to finish tightening it. Okay. Let me make sure my thing's up. Here's what I mean. Most people just pull straight out, which you can if you're easy, but if you're coming up to the door and it's the lock's not locked or unlocked, you're pulling this on this and you're over pulling it. Right now it's unlocked. I'm used to doing this. Put your thumb there and pull out on it. And these things will last forever. I don't care how cheap they are, because you're giving it no reason to bust. You know what I mean? I'm barely pulling on that. You know what I mean? But so this way, see how much further it had to come? It looked like it had to come out. So just barely put your thumb there, and like I said, you can't train everybody getting out of your vehicle like that. So it's kind of like, well, we know it works. All right, I'm going to grab a ratchet so we can tighten this up, and then we'll snug this one up. Give me a second. Okay. I love these little, we're not going to use that for leverage on here, but I'm saying I got them in the 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive too. Makes it longer, makes it shorter. Now these here are from, I think this one's AutoZone, Performa. I'm almost sure I got that at AutoZone, but the other ones you can get, Harbor Freight has them. They got them on Amazon, of course. Amazon has everything. Now I'm just going to snug these up, guys. They were already close. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to break the plastic. I don't want to strip it. and you don't need to do that. Now what you could do, but you're going to piss off the next guy, is put you a little bit of the medium strength or light duty strength thread locker. Don't put nothing super strong on it, because you're really going to upset somebody. But you can put it on your threads, so if once you snug them like that, you'll give yourself a peace of mind that it ain't going to come apart. But they won't. I mean, you just snug them that good and they ain't going nowhere. So, okay. Oh, it's following me again, guys. These gimbals, let me tell you. Hang on, I want to show you we'll put this one together, and then I'll do a back door just in case the stuff's different there. You know what I mean, the panel stuff. But let's go ahead and put this back together real quick, because you guys didn't see this part, so I'll show you now. Okay, these things come through, I believe it was this one. I think it was that one. There's the hole for that. There's the hole for that. I think that's where it was. There's that hole. There's that hole. Is that a hole? No, that's not a hole. So where was that? So, okay, we went more. We went... No, these don't line up. I got this on wrong. I got this. No, I can't, because the sticky part has to go on there. So what's the deal here, Pickle? Let's see if they line up here. This is probably for several vehicles. Okay, so line up the holes it lines up. I would have been fighting that all day. Line your front hole, top one up, and line your back. Your back one's up, the ones that it lines up to. So it's one right there, and that's it. These are all for different vehicles. These all line up here. And then just tap your sticky part on. Let's see, yep. That's what that is. These are for different vehicles. That is crazy. That is very crazy. And maybe this is a wrong one and they use it off another vehicle. You never know. You know what I mean? All right. It's a partial. I never even paid attention to that yesterday. If that thing is not correct, let me grab my panel. Did that thing move again? Boy, I'll tell you. Okay, first thing we want to do is put these up in here. Actually, let's put our cable back on first. Bring it up high enough. Same thing, I'm going to put it through that slot, pull back on it, push it through the hole. Feed my wires up through here. Okay, now, this has to go. Keep the bottom out, slide your top in, and make sure it goes behind down inside that slot, just like that. Now, you want to feel on the back side and line our holes up. That's it. Okay, these, let's go ahead and do these. There's the black one. There's two blacks, and there's a black back here for this one. But like I said, they don't go in. Did I get in the wrong hole? Yeah. They won't fit in any other holes. So you're not gonna. Must see. Look, I can't fit it in this one. And then it only fits into one. Brown. Thought I seen it up here somewhere right there. And then this is our. I think back here. Is it back here? No, it's up here. All right. Tuck your wires down in there. Make sure you're in your slots. Push it down. That's it. Now, same thing. Let's get our hand start these guys. I see a lot of people just right from the gate run them in with these electric cordless wrenches, even an air wrench. Don't do it. Don't get in that habit. Trust me. Always start and run them with your fingers. Put that in there with that first. This one's a little bit weird because of that door handle being in the way. Yeah, if you always start them by hand, guys, you'll never have an issue with them. Ever. Don't be that guy. And I always do them by hand when I tighten them, so I can feel what it feels like. I don't want to over tighten. I don't want to strip that little, because trust me, if you strip these two or one of these and you can't get it in right, or one's anything like that, this is where you pull, so you want that solid. Same here. You mess this area up here, then you have to find a clip, order, whatever, I don't know, and it gets perfectly tight when you know it. All right, put our things back in. I can't see, it's black in there. Okay, this one I believe goes down first and then snaps in. Okay, we got those popped in. Now let's get our, make sure that's up. Put that down until that push in things to the edge of this right here. Snap it in, because that way when it goes down, you know you're going to be even up here. See? Oh, it ain't going to let me lock it because the door's open. Oh no, it did. It did. Just got to hit it twice. All right, let's proceed to the back one. 1 down, 3 to go. Just so you guys know, hang on. Just so you guys know, off camera, I found the spring and threw it on the trash with the rest of that crap. I like that black so much better. Eventually, I want to do the. I'm gonna probably take these wheels off and powder coat them black and fix the rust on these quarter panels, maybe over the winter. It looks so far like this is going to be the same, you guys, but we'll do it anyways. Put my clip from the back, pop that panel out. Same with this one. Get behind it, pop it out. Yeah, you're supposed to just be able to go on the top of these, but I can never get that in there correctly. If somebody's done, here we go. If somebody's done these before and there's another way of doing it, let me know. But that's what it is. That's how I've always done them, but it's still, if you look, it makes a little, you can hardly see it, but it makes a little, like where I pried out on it. You know what I mean? You can buff that away after you clean it and put it back on, but why make it if you don't have to? But how else are you going to get into it? You know what I mean? A pick, a screwdriver is how you're going to push that out with it. That's why I say, if you guys know any different, let me know in the comments here. That's just how I've done them. I thought I can get that one without that, but it's still at an angle. That's a Hercules from Harbor Freight. I love that thing, man. And it's only a 12 volt. But does it work great? I'm telling you. It torques them down super. You think it's not torqued, and if you go to check it, even with a torque wrench, and you'll be like, it didn't even feel like it tightened it like that much. And it really tightens it that much. That's why I said, use your hands on a lot of this, because you really don't know if you're doing it with an electric or a machine, and you're going to end up doing too much. This door here, I need to check something else while we have it apart. Something with the switch. I don't know if it's bad, but you can't roll it up. So it probably needs a switch, which I don't have right now. So, come on, I just had you. My top one's, there it goes. It was being a little booger. Oh, come on out of there. Man, that one's tough. The switch. Man. Let me see why that ain't coming out of there. That just pushes in. I wanted to see why that. Put my foot in there. Here we go. Yeah, I wanted to see why that. What's going on with the switch? I need to quit putting that on that board. If that thing was all done and painted, I would have already had 10 scratches on it. I bet that switch is bad because it's hooked up. So I'm going to have to get a switch for it. I think that side's doing the same thing too. So here's what I was saying about this. Start at one area, make sure it's pulling off with it, and help it too. Because if not, it'll start to be like elastic and come apart on you. And it's no longer on the insulation. Actually, we don't have to go any further than that. We can stop right there. Trying to get it started around this curve. There we go. This one's still okay. Like I said, I don't see any GM numbers, but I don't know. Let me find the one for this. Hang on. I went ahead and put the protective cover over the one that just came off and put it back in the box. I'm going to keep the ones that ain't broke. You never know, you'll get one in that may need just one chrome one, or you know what I mean? Mark the box with a marker and put it up. I'll probably never find it again. That's the funny part. This is tough here. Am I going on right? Yeah. I need to hold that forward. You can't put the window down. Man, this one's a little tough. There we go. I think it turned on me. Did it? Or did I go in wrong? I can't get my finger in there to hold it. Oof. Almost got stuck. So that's got to go. Yeah, that's how it was. Let's see. So we need to be there. That can't come off like that. Did it come off like that? What did I do wrong here? Or what am I doing wrong here? There we go. Spin it around. That one did come out a little funny. Or like harder. There we go. It's got like little pegs. You know, I'm going to do this time. I'm going to start that front one. I wish you guys could see in here a little better, but it's exactly what I'm saying. Same thing, I got to pull back on it, guys, like a bunch. So it's almost like they made these things a little bit too big. It's going. Let's see if that one's lined up. So start your front one. If you buy these, I'll put the thing in the description. Start your front one first. This one up here. That way, the hardest one started. Let's go ahead and snug it first also. Go to the back one a little bit. It don't feel as solid tight as the back one, guys. I hope it's. Oh yeah, we're not even. Yeah, I don't know if they didn't go all the way through on their plastic when they made these molds, and it's feeling funny. Hope I don't. It's about there. I think it's there. Yep, it's tight. Tiny one for the road. Okay. Let's double check this one. Yeah, this thing was like still not against the door. It's tight now. Yeah, I mean, this is probably how people are going to be opening it. But this is the best way, man. Keep your thumb right there and just pull with these two fingers here. It's so much better on the handle, but you're not going to be able to train people to do that. Hey man, before you get in my truck, make sure you do this. You know what I mean? I wish for the best. Okay. Yeah, we'll get the panel on first, and then I'm going to play with that switch and see, make sure we have all of our hots and stuff coming to it, just so I know that it is in the switch. I think we're there. Alright guys, I'm going to play with the switch real quick and do the other two, and I'll be back for our closing thoughts on all of it. Give me a few. We'll do this one real quick. I popped this out to double check something on the switch on the other side. It is the switches. This one's bad too. This one goes down but won't come up. That one don't go either way, but the front two switches work. And we are getting power in our plugs. So it needs two new switches for the back. Okay. Let's pop these panels off. It is the same as the front door, but I told you I'd let you see it, so we'll do it real quick. Making sure it's still in. Let me start up here. Or back here, I mean. No, felt better back up here. Wherever it is. Come on. Oh, wow. Man, that thing is being stubborn. You know what? That's why they don't have it on right. This is not down in the slot. Look at that. And I was having a problem with this sticking. So I bet you He's got something else going on here. Oh, wow. Oh, God. What's going on? Oh, I'm going to put a different clip in that. I do not like that one. Yeah, they didn't get it all the way in. This is what I was saying. When you put this in, make sure there's like a lip. This in here is a white lip. Make sure it goes in and down and pull on it. Make sure it's in there. Because if you don't, it'll do what this one just did. It'll get hung up and it won't, your lock will stick. Let me get our cable out. Sometimes it comes, can't get that top one started in a bind. Okay, there's one. Come on. There we go. All right. Once again, guys, if you haven't done it, watch some videos or ask questions or research it first, because it makes the next, the job for the next person that much tougher. Okay, the rest is the same where I installed the handle on that backside. So let me pop these two in and I'll come back with our closing thoughts. All right, real quick, you guys. So when I went to take this out, and this explains a lot on this handle, because I went to open it one day and opened it and this pulled out. It didn't break. So here's what happened. The certs came out of the plastic on both of them. You know where it goes down in there? The threaded certs. So this is no good. So what I done was I sprayed some PB Blaster on it. Which PB Blaster, you ever watch my channel? I'd love to be sponsored by you guys. I love your product. So if you ever see this, get a hold of me through my email, please. Okay, so I sprayed it down with PB Blaster. Now you don't want to squeeze this too hard because this is very weak. It's like soft. I don't know if it's like what the casting is they make these out of, but it's like a really soft steel, and you don't want to smash it, and then you're going to have a hard time getting it off of there. But you want vice grips that have teeth in the tip of it right there, and then just after you spray it, just get it and hold it, and don't smash too hard because it has little burrs in it that will catch on the vice grips. So don't squeeze too hard. If you look, I didn't even damage that. None of it. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys that in case you run into that problem. Hold my screw and get it out of there. All right, let me proceed with what I was doing. I'm gonna put these together and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I almost forgot, you guys. So the driver's door one, obviously it's got the lock in it. This one's still good, so I put the protectant over it. So there's a clip here, and I'll show you when I put it on all I had to do differently from the others. There's a rod that just slides right in like that. That's it. It just clicks in, but I'll show you. So now we got this little clip in here. It's got to go, we got to pop it out. Easily just pop out of here. There we go. Okay, that just slides right down on its home. So we'll do the same thing here. It's got a new clip in it. So I believe you could just push this right in there and it will clip in. Just like that. Done. This one can stay on here. We didn't need to take it off. All I need to do is just pry out on it. Like pry out on this side here. Like so. And then just pull out on that as you get. It had two little areas where it, holds it in there, clicks in there. All right, let me get you back over here. I am going to spray a little PB Blaster on that and just let it soak in a little bit because it's a little rusty. So give me a second and I'll meet you guys back over there. Okay, I got some PB Blaster on there and soaked her down. So you want to put, I don't know what that is, something white. I'll get it off with some compound, even though it's a rust bucket. All right, so same thing. Let's slide this one down on there first. Hold your rod and get her down on there. There we go. Okay, this one, it just goes, let me get you on this side. I'll try to zoom in on that when I'm editing, you guys, but it just goes, it's just like a loop there, and the top of that loop is what snaps in there. Just like that. Feed that in there, the whole lock, this whole top, what you're feeding, kind of doing everything together. So if you open it a little bit, it'll help you just like that. Just give it a little, just like that. And we're in. Boom. Same thing, guys. I'm going to put the bolts in it, put our panel back on, and I'll bring you guys back here in a second. Closing thoughts. One more thing, you guys. If you remember on our back passenger doors, both of them did it. The only door that didn't do it was that front one over there, I think. Oh, no, it did it too. Yeah, we had to push back on the handle. Remember I said push back on it because it didn't line up with the thing? So I started on this back passenger or driver's door. I just took my little thing here. And so we have to push back, so that means we need to take out a little bit of material right here. So I just took my little grinder wheel or diamond bit. I probably should have done that before I put this on there, but I like doing stuff the hard way. Safety glasses, guys. I keep forgetting. Hold on. All right, I know I joke about these safety glasses, guys, about I'm lazy and I don't want to go get them or whatever. It's not that. It's just I've never been told, hey, put your glasses on, your safety glasses, your earmuffs. So it's late in life now, and I can't tell you how many times I've been to the doctor to get metal out of my eyes. Just try to get in a habit of doing it. There you go. Push back on that handle. It's easier. Or on that lever. I mean, you know what I mean. Push down on it so it's actually trying to open. Let me see if we got enough here. Yep, perfect. Okay. All right. I'm going to finish this. Be back shortly. All right. All right, got everything on. Everything worked out great. Yeah, like I said, I'm glad I showed you guys. I forgot about that lock and also where I had to ream them holes out a little bit. I wish I'd have did it over there. I wouldn't have had to. And I may end up just taking those back off and take the bolts back out and do that just so they're not in a bind. Because, I mean, I had to pull pretty hard. So it was probably, I don't know how much that metal was covering where the bolt goes in. Maybe less than a 1/16, but still, it's enough to, you know, keep it under pressure, like. So anyway, I may end up doing that because they're just plastic, guys. You know what I mean? I don't want to bust them, but they all work great. Turns out both of the switches are bad in the back. This one goes down but not up. That one don't do anything. But the driver's master switch does. They work perfect. So the motors ain't bad. And I did test the plug, and they do have power. The lock-unlock mechanism in this door, it's going weak. I thought it was binding up on the panel where it wasn't all the way, they didn't have it all the way hooked in where I showed you guys that. Well, that wasn't the case. The motor is, whatever that is, motor mechanism, it's weak. So it's not, when you hit the unlock, sometimes it don't come up, and if you hit it 3 or 4 more times, then it finally tries to come up. So that's what happens to them. That's a good sign if yours is doing that. Anyhow, I wanted to make a quick video on this. I figured it'd be helpful. I know these are notorious for doing that. You know, they bust all the time. And it ain't just these. There's a bunch of GM cars. It ain't just GM either. Whatever ones have the plastic handles, and you come up to them and, you know, you boom, next thing you know, oh man, and it just broke that quick. You know what I mean? And it is that simple. But I try to stay in the habit with my thumb on that part. That way it's opening correctly, because there's just not much here. So, but man, I'll tell you what, these are, I think those are aftermarket, them chrome ones, guys, because the certs came out of the one, which was this one, or the back one. You guys seen that? They pulled right out of their slot, and they just don't feel as heavy duty. You know, the plastic doesn't feel as strong as these black ones even. You know, and these was only like $43 or something on Amazon. Like I said, I'll try to put the link down below. And you can get them in chrome or black. And who knows, maybe their chrome ones are the ones that I have, and those are the weaker ones. You know, I don't know. But these are good, though. The black ones, it seems like it. I greased everything. We sprayed the lock. You've seen me do that with the PB Blaster. I went around and just kind of oiled my doors, cleaned everything up, make sure everything inside the locks, inside the latches, shot some WD-40 in there. Because WD-40, a lot of guys use like a lithium or that stuff, guys. You don't want to use it. Let me see if I can show you. All right. Yeah, you don't want to use that stuff, guys. This door was making so much noise before I put the WD-40 on it. But anyways, I cleaned it now, but it was just so built up. It was all white and nasty, and so much dirt was in there, and it was just so like built up. You could see it back there. Look on the door. See it on the door? Right there, right back here, right in the back. Look at all that stuff. And then it just picks up and holds all the dirt. You know what I mean? So WD-40, guys, it works the best. Same thing on your garage doors. Use WD-40. Like I said, I sprayed these. I sprayed those. I sprayed all the mechanisms inside before I put my panels back on. I'm waiting on my battery to charge. Let me show you. And this was already off. It was inside the door panel. I didn't bust it. I would tell you guys, you know I would. Somebody didn't pry it off right. I don't know why they pried it off. I think they thought there was a light bulb in there, but there's not. Which is strange. You think, why is there a reflector there? Shouldn't there be like a light bulb behind it? You know? Well, there's not. It's just a reflector. Maybe it's an option, but the LTZ package should have everything, unless it just didn't come in these. I don't know. Anyhow, it's broke. I'm waiting on my battery to charge, and I'm going to hot glue it with my cordless hot glue gun. These things work great, by the way, guys. Bauer from Harbor Freight. Those are awesome, man, especially like being in the field or on the road and you need a heat gun real quick. Very, very nice heat gun for, I think it was only 30 bucks maybe or something. 20 bucks. Doesn't come with the battery, but, you know, that's cheap. Yeah, that door used to make so much noise. Listen, nothing. It would go clunk, 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 and make it like a Now it's all nice and smooth. And all I did was WD-40 it a couple times, clean it with a rag to get their crappy stuff out. Same with all of them. Look, there's still stuff in there eating up. See it on the top there, the very top of it? That's some nasty. Don't use that lithium, guys, I'm telling you. WD-40, that's it. That's all you need. It cleans, it lubricates. It's very good for stuff like that. So they all look good. They all turned out nice. Let me take you over here, show you these real quick. They're all great. Like I said, these are all, they open and shut nice. I did the same with all of them, and they shot that stuff on all of them, so trust me, they're all the same. This one still needs worked a little bit. You can still hear it a little bit, and I think this one too. Nope, it's starting to quiet up. Earlier it was doing it bad. See, as that, you can see it. Look it down here. Look on my board. It's starting to drip out. I'm just waiting, and I'm going to clean it all up. But I mean, I soaked it because it'll just loosen all that stuff up, and it'll fall off of it, and then everything will start working and be quiet again. All that got sprayed, and they had lithium in that too. It's just somebody sticks with one little theory, and then everybody else knows it, and it's all of a sudden the best thing, and it really isn't. This is the long-term effect of it is what you just seen. And most of the time you'll say, oh, I need new hinge pins, probably. Piece of junk. It's not yet. Might be wore a little bit, but most of the time that they just got that stuff in there and it's so built up with dirt, it's got an extra lump in it from the lithium stuff. So, all right, thanks again, you guys. Like I said, I just thought something be really helpful real quick and kind of show you guys what's going on inside the doors. It's really not much. Be careful, do your research, look at some other videos for how to pop panels off, what to expect, you know, before you go trying it. Unless you feel, you know, like you're just one of the type of people. That's how I am. I usually, I'm telling you guys to do it and I don't do it. But anyhow, do some research first if you don't know, if you know, want to go that route. But usually you'll find it. Then you'll avoid busting clips and whatever's going to happen there. But once again, you guys, thank you so much for watching these videos. I ask you guys time and time again, please, if you can, help me. Try to share them. Hit the like button. It's just stuff that helps me on the channel. I want to do so much more for you guys, but it's just so hard. I keep saying that. You're probably like, this guy again with these, it's so hard, it's so hard. So I'm sorry about that, all that stuff. The venting, I'm venting to you guys. But drop some comments below, you guys. I like to hear from you guys. You know, I will talk back. I do. If you go look back some of my videos, I try to talk back. And that's not to say if it gets to the point one day where it's so cluttered with questions and stuff like that that I can answer all of them. But I tell you what I will do when we get to that point. I'll do some lives, and we'll sit down. We'll do some questions and answers like that, where we can talk directly. You know what I mean? My other email's in there too. If you guys were interested, a couple other videos we just made that stuff for the mill, like STL files or anything. I'm going to make a thing for that. I forget what it's called, the page that I need. I'm not these young guys with the YouTube channel, guys. I'm still learning everything. So anyhow, but I'm going to set up a page for you guys if you guys want to go in there, maybe make it a couple $1 membership fee a month. Take what you want out of there, do what you need. If you need my help on something, if I can help you, if you're not too far away, I'm cutting some stuff on my table and shipping it to you, or you want to drive an hour out to get it off, I'm game with all that. I don't care. Our planish hammer, it's ready, you guys. I got to put a couple more welds on it. I'm just giving you some updates real quick. A couple more welds, clean it up, swipe some Bondo on it, sand it, prime it, and get some paint on it. But the thing is built. I've already used it twice, and it works super nice. I ordered these, and I'll tell you why real quick. I ordered some already made ones of these. This is the part that goes up in the hammer. So the ones that I made, when I first used that thing, this was about a month ago or whatever, I was trying to flatten out like a double thick part on this metal, and I was just hammering away on it. And that thing does hammer, let me tell you, especially the one that was bigger. And it broke around where I welded it. And I knew that because I should have heat treated it, and I should have probably preheated the part before I welded it to get it to penetrate better before I did all that stuff, churning it, making it look nice on the lathe. And then I should have heat treated it. It's what I should have done. And that probably would have, I'm not saying that would have never cracked, but it probably would have helped it a ton. Because not too many times where you're going to be trying to smash something like I was doing. I was overdoing it, really. And that thing was slamming it, trust me. That thing works super nice, guys. It's a really nice planish hammer. The bandsaw, same thing. I'm waiting on a few things for it, on which way we're going to go about hooking the motor up, how we're doing it. I think I'm pretty much set on the VFD. Even though most of the time it's going to be churned down to a slower speed, that's not why I did it. I did it because by the time I buy all the stuff I need, the gear reduction thing that you put on it, the pulleys, all the stuff that we're going to need inside of it to make it slower and be able to change belts if I want to speed it up or lower it, just like my one inside there, the horizontal one. It's going to cost more money. I looked on eBay, I looked for used stuff. The wheels that hold the blade, same thing. I did find some, but they're a little bit too small. Man, I wish. I'm going to keep looking for those. I don't know yet if I'm going to make those or not. I'm going to try to find some. I found some, but they was a ½ inch too small. I would have had to have some custom blade made for it, and I'm not trying to go through that. I want to use the same one that's on my horizontal. Remember, if you guys go back and look, I went off the measurements of my horizontal, so it would take those belts. And I keep saying belts, the blades. What else was on that thing that? That's about it. That's why I went that route. So and then I was thinking I'll go to Harbor Freight and buy me one of them cheap red ones. They're like $200 and something, but the wheels are too small. The only thing I would gain off of that would be the head that has the gear reduction part in it. I'm not really saving much by doing that. The rest of it would be trash. So I hate to trash that nice saw. For a hobbyist, they're decent little saws for the money. Let's say $239 or something like that. So why ruin it to save $20? I think it was $36. I think it was to be right on the nose with it, versus going the way I'm going. So I said I ain't going to do that. So Doug almost said he had one nice. He was going to give it to me, but we couldn't find it. He thinks he threw it away. One of his old saws. That would have been so nice, you guys. I could have had everything there, but anyhow. Thank you so much, guys. Until the next one, which will probably be the bandsaw. Be back on it. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're going to be doing a review video on a machine, a couple of them, and you'll see that coming up soon here. You'll see probably a short first, or a couple of shorts, and then the video post. I'm working on that right now. But once again, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the support up to now, up to this part. Please continue to try to help me grow. See you on the next one.